Good evening and welcome to this presentation of the Midwest Premier League on the Edgewater Castle YouTube page as the Rooks, riding a winning streak, 5-2-1 on the season and top of MWPL Heartland Conference Division II host RKC Third Coast 2. Already a big day here at Loyola for Edgewater Castle as the Edgewater women's team won the UWS National Championship earlier today. If you were with us for that, welcome back. If not, you missed a good one. That full match is available for replay here on the Edgewater YouTube. Encourage you to go check that out when you get a chance. But now tonight we turn our attention to the Midwest Premier League Heartland Conference Division II promotion race. Edgewater can't clinch tonight a spot in the top tier next year, but they can all but do that with a win tonight. RKC Third Coast 2, meanwhile, a team who earlier in this year was pacing the second division. They've fallen off a bit to the benefit of other teams, most notably the Rooks. They'll look to keep it going tonight. Rooks also coming off a State Cup semifinal win over Schwaben earlier this week, advancing to next Saturday's State Cup final. 2 league games remaining as well. Rooks in their home white and light blue. Couple lineup notes this evening. The biggest one is that Andrew Miranda, number 25, starts at left back, making his first start of the season. Couple players returned from injury in the State Cup midweek. One of those, Milos Vucic, who starts up top today. Also our first time seeing him and Kudus Lawal play together. Lawal tonight starting off the right wing. Has really been a bit of a savior this season as he's joined the team right about the time Vucic got hurt and has filled in really well in his absence. Enzo DeGotti, with the bright blonde hair, completes the attacking trio tonight. Really more of a quartet, though. Rui Reich will be playing as a number 10, the Portuguese attacker. Alan Alonso and Daryl Tercios, the midfield double pivot. And then the aforementioned Miranda is joined by a center back partnership of Benedetto and Abdullah. They played together midweek. And Rafael Santos out at right back. That's cut out by the RKC right back, number 29, Andrew Phillips. Benedetto was caught late there, but the referee just playing an advantage. Go through the RKC lineup as soon as we can get a sense of what's all going on out there for them. Looks like it's a 4-2-3-1. Lots of big numbers as this, as you would have noted, is the RKC Third Coast second team. Their first team play in USL League 2. Working this infield. Rooks collapsing. This is Reich. And now Alan Alonso. If nothing else, just getting that clear for the Rooks. Back here for Santos. And now Benedetto. Cue another player who missed some time due to injury. Returning midweek in the State Cup. Alonso, Vucic, Tercios had a really nice assist to Kevin Tagbe on Thursday. Lawal trying to get to the end line there and eventually committed the foul in the process of getting that shot away. Play to be restarted here by Charlie Mraz, the RKC goalkeeper. This is Dorchester playing it out wide into space for number 32, Torres. Trying to go back there for Dorchester, but that was shielded away well by Benedetto. Miranda, Alonso Degatti, Reich looking for Lawal. Here is Kudus Lawal. Found Vucic, Milos Vucic the dribble. Back out wide, Kudus Lawal. Lawal onto his left, still. Couldn't pull the trigger. Degatti claiming he got caught in the face. Referee uninterested. And now the ref going to go back and check on Degatti. Throw in for RKC. Their lineup is Mraz in goal, a back four of Phillips, Robleski, Pettit, and Khaled. Dorchester and Frick, the double pivot. Torres, Picha, Scheiber, the attacking midfield band of three with Bretsnan up top. This is out for an Edgewater goal kick. Joey Galante getting the start today, the rising sophomore at UIC. Played in that midweek win in the State Cup. This is his third league start. He started the opener against Steel City. Really the only poor game Edgewater have played all season. That's very nice from Rui Reich. Reich holding off the defender. Playing this wide for Lawal. Kudus Lawal. Up and over everyone and behind. Goal kick. Rooks conceded 3 goals that night in Joliet, and they have not done that again in the regular season. Galante's other start, a 1-0 win at Strikers Fox Valley. Down the line, Benedetto could not quite get to Torres. Torres into the area, collides with Degatti. Referee not interested in any penalty appeals. Good challenge by the Edgewater forward. It is a corner, but Torres has stayed down. Big collision. Swung into the middle, headed down by Benedetto. Still there, though, for RKC. Chip toward the middle. Tercio's got to head to it. Not clear, though. Now Edgewater away. Lawal. Kuda's wearing 13 this evening. Player whose numbers had to kind of change as it's been needed to change, with the roster shifting at times throughout the season. And more nice moves from Rui Reich. Vucic, not quite on the same page. Edgewater winning it back here with Alan Alonso. Given away, though.
Thanks.
To the near side, Miranda keeps that in. Ball played in behind, some confusion there, and in the end, Galante slides out to hold. Benedetto, Tercios. That through the lines is easily intercepted by Frick. Chipping it forward, onside here is Bretsnan. Bretsnan's cross blocked out behind for another RKC corner. Swung in all the way to the near side. Galante got a punch to it. Nice back heel there down the line by Robleski. Robleski, the center back, still forward here. His cross hits to Gotti. They want a handball, referee unmoved. Reich, Alonso. Miranda looking for the crossfield ball. Well done to find Santos. Room for Amir Abdullah to dribble through. Gave it away, though. Rooks have been a bit disjointed to start tonight. Speeding on the far side is Scheiber. Kept the ball in play, but ran out of real estate. Rooks insisted on playing out from the back in that cup game on Thursday as well, and were equally a bit shaky early, but did settle in after Schwaben took a very early lead in that game. Both the Rooks men's and women's teams will be up in Northbrook next Saturday at Techney Park, playing for their respective state cups. Miranda working along the sideline. Andrew, the rising junior at Southern Indiana. Vucic tried to go back craftily for Reich. And clearing there is Robleski. Abdullah, the Loyola Rambler. Back for the UIC Flame, Galante. Turning in pressure there is Reich, and he's wondering where the foul is. Referee has kept his whistle in his fist most of the night so far. Alonso intervening there. Couldn't win it cleanly though. Scheiber. Wide for Khaled. That ball just bouncing around there, and eventually came to Tercios, who was pulled back. And I mentioned it's been a quiet night so far for the referee. We've got a yellow card out. We'll take a look at who that is. That is 31. A yellow card caution has been issued in the 16th minute of play to RKC Third Coast 2's number 31, Nico Pisha. Rooks elect to just keep this short. Blasted long by Pettit. Actually falling here for Degatti. Lawal. Santos, Degatti, drifting in field here. Left off, big chance here for the Rooks, and it's saved by Mraz. It was Rafa Santos all the way forward from right back who had the chance. Mraz makes the big stop. First real clear-cut chance of the match for Edgewater Castle. Scheiber looking for options, didn't find any, and eventually it'll roll through here for Torres. Torres, that's blocked by Degatti. Vucic took one to the back of the head there. Degatti's pulled back. And both teams frustrated with the referee at the moment. Alonso, Benedetto, that skips all the way through. Vucic asking the referee why that wasn't a foul. We play on here in the 18th minute. Chance here to look forward for Bretston. Looking for the overlap of Khaled, the left back. Wasn't going to get there, goal kick. With next Saturday's State Cup match, the Rooks' final home game of the season against Rockford will be, I believe, the following Wednesday, the 30th. Keep an eye out on the Edgewater social channels for confirmation of that reschedule. Particularly given that that could be a night the Rooks are celebrating a promotion. Charny Yazvo have already been relegated from Division I. And with, I assume, a new team or two joining the Midwest Premier League next year, there are two teams that are going to be relegated from the top tier this year, and only one's going to go up, I believe. DeKalb County United looked dead to rights, but they've had a really strong second half to the season. Trying to slide that through for Vucic was Lawal. In the end, Mraz can collect. Torres facing up Benedetto. Torres dropping this back for Frick. Pisha into the middle. Shot is set up and goes high, but it took a deflection on its way through. Third corner coming up for RKC. On the bench tonight for each team, RKC Third Coast have Alex Gotts, Ditar Useni, Praise Ogwu, and Felix Huweiler. Rooks, meanwhile, with Bardia Kinyavi, Murtada Camille, Kevin Tagbe, Alan Rubio, Toby Vimmer, and Luis Urgiles. To the far post. Flicked on there by Degatti. Edgewater Castle winning their last 3 league matches. And now we're going to get a free kick, and the Rooks are saying that they didn't get the same kind of call earlier. I couldn't see how strong the contact was on this occasion, but it's going to be a very dangerous free kick opportunity for RKC. Conversations ongoing here with the official. Nevertheless, Rooks now with defending to do. Believe that's Torres who's standing over the ball. 4 men in the wall right now for Edgewater. Shot comes in, and it's right at Galante. Did well to hold. Benedetto looking long for Vucic. Pettit with a good header. Frick for RKC. Wanted to send Scheiber on a run, but sent him too far. Entering play tonight, Edgewater Castle at the top of the table on goal difference over Chicago Ghost. But Ghost have played one more match, so they are ahead of them on really games played first and foremost. RKC Third Coast played 8 games just like Edgewater. They're only 1 point behind. Steel City have played 9 games, they're on 14 points. Berber City have played 9. They're on 13. Strikers Fox Valley have played 8. They're on 13. Going to go right down to the wire this season. You should know that RKC have the goal differential advantage. They're at plus 20 on the season. Ball swung into the area, headed wide. Another set piece opportunity goes by the wayside for RKC. There's the center back, Robleski. Got his head to it. It's a foul on Reich. It was Phillips who went through the back of him. Rafa Santos. Looking behind there for Lawal. Rooks back onto it. That ball just too hard as Alonso was trying to feed it through for Kudus Lawal. They give each other some acknowledgement there, though, for the idea. Rooks back onto this. Degatti. Enzo from distance. Just got under it. New ball, as this will come all the way back here from Roz. In the 26th minute of play. Not much to speak of in terms of big chances so far. No other games tonight in Heartland Division II. Last night, Chicago Ghost defeated Strikers Fox Valley. RKC, this is actually their second game of the weekend. They beat Berber City 4-0 yesterday. That's why that promotion race now is so close. Strikers Fox Valley and Berber City will play each other on Tuesday. Free kick here for Edgewater, and we're going to see some subs. And it's Picha, Bretsnan, and Scheiber all out. Kevin Tagbay is coming on for Milos Vucic. That'll send the wall up front. Substitution for Edgewater Castle, leaving the match number 29, Milos Vucic, replaced by number 20, Kevin Tagbay. Substitutions for RKC Third Coast 2, leaving the match number 31, Nico Picha, number 37, Jack Bretsnan, and number 42, Hudson Scheiber. Entering the match, number 48, Ditar Useni, number 50, Praise Ogwu, and number 53, Felix Hluweiler. So that's 3 of the 4 available subs into the match for the visitors. Ogwu's gone up front. Useni into the number 10 slot. And Kluweiler out wide. Another Rooks player's down. This time it's Lawal. No, excuse me, it's Tagbe who just came in. Looked like the RKC man involved actually got the worst of the collision. Been a bit of a stop-start first half here, about half an hour in. Charging forward, this is Torres. Slipping it in behind, shooting opportunity, cutting onto his left. Abdullah, big challenge, chance not gone. Santos got a foot to it. Edgewater just escape. Lawal. And the Rooks win a throw. Torres. Gotti playing a lot of defense so far in this one. Enzo Gotti got that partially clear. Torres was hassled there by Alonso, and then Tercios came away with it. Rui Reich left it short for Tagbe, but got it back. Reich, nice turn. Rui, still going Rui Reich. Reich looking for the switch. Robloski was in the way. Good header by Abdullah. So after tonight, specifically after this match, the only team with 2 games to play in the conference will be Strikers Fox Valley, who have to go on the road to both Berber City and Steel City before the year is out. Edgewater host Rockford. Chicago Ghost are at RKC. RKC hosting Ghost. That's a game where one of them's going to need an outright victory to have a chance of promotion, so some interesting dynamics at play there. Steel City hosts Strikers Fox Valley, as do Berber City. So certainly of those final games, you'd have to say Edgewater with the easiest of those. However, Edgewater did lose to Rockford 3-1 on the road earlier this year, so not necessarily a given that the Rooks would get 3 points there. Rockford could only play spoiler, however, at this stage of the season. And if you are any of those other teams, if you are Ghost, Steel City, Berber, or Strikers Fox Valley, you are rooting extremely strongly for a tie in this match. And then you can win your remaining game or games, and I hope you get some help. Bit of a heavy touch off the chest there by Tagbe. Santos won that ball originally, but in the end, it's a throw-in for Edgewater Castle, right near their own bench. Tercios. Found Reich and then back to Tercios. Poked away well there by Frick. Down the line, Tag Bay, shoulder to shoulder there with Pettit. And now RKC want a handball and there's no whistle. Ogwu bringing that down, ran into Degati. And Enzo wanted to keep going. Instead, it's just a normal free kick. Abdullah looking forward. Lawal. Alonso. Back for Kudus. Near side for Andrew Miranda. Rui Reich. Really well done by Dorchester. Ogwu. Fouled by Abdullah. Whistle came eventually. That ball just trickling toward the goal mouth. Just a goal kick in the end, but Galante caught out a bit there. And RKC are going to make their fourth and final change of the opening half, as it'll be Dorchester replaced by Alex Gotts. Substitution for RKC Third Coast. Leaving the match, number 36, James Dorchester, replaced by number 43, Alex Gotts. Gotts has gone over to right back. Can't see yet where that's put Phillips. Phillips has gone into midfield. Galante looking wide for Santos. Degati, good first touch. Able to cut inside. Degati looking for the run of Tagbay. Kevin Tagbay just too heavy on the first touch. Good idea. Mraz is out to scoop. Going more through the scenarios, if Edgewater get an outright victory tonight, the only two teams that could catch them are Ghost and Strikers Fox Valley. But then it would come down to goal differential. Edgewater currently has a better goal differential than both of those teams. So again, a win tonight for the Rooks would not officially clinch anything, but the fat lady would be warming up, so to speak. But they got to get that win tonight first. If it's an outright victory tonight for RKC, they're in the driver's seat, but they'd still need to get a result on the final day. Nice nutmeg there by Degati. Because they have the superior goal difference, they would likely still not need a win on the final day. A draw would probably do it. This is slitted behind Torres. He goes down. Referee blows his whistle. The offside flag is up. So any contact is irrelevant. RKC need a result tonight, at least a draw, to keep themselves with a hope of promotion. Play restarting here from Galante in the 40th minute. Another long ball. Good header by Pettit. Ball bouncing around, and eventually it's going to find its way to Gotts. Phillips bending it down the line. That's a really nice ball in theory, but no one was making the run. Degatti cutting inside. Rui Reich. Santos. Back for Reich. Reich, just a bit of a heavy touch there. Degatti, though, been floating centrally quite a bit. Enzo. Still Enzo. Enzo, edge of the area. Enzo. Cross was blocked by, I believe that's Khaled, the left back, who then sends Ogwu off and running. Ogwu's got some help, but Amir Abdullah able to slow things up. Still an on-man opportunity, though. Gotts. Hammered away by Quentin Benedetto. Down the far side. Santos won the header and got it to Tag Bay. Ball chipped into the middle of the field. Reich couldn't secure it. RKC lining up. Torres onto his right. Torres right at Galante. Again, they're looking long for Tag Bay. The offside flag is up. Given away in the middle, almost. Good recovery in the end by Robleski. Abdullah, Degatti. Enzo back here for Miranda, Alonso. Alonso tried to flick that on for Degatti, but just hit it right at Gotts. Pettit with some time to think. Khaled. Given back though to the Rooks, Tercios. Tercios looking for Kudus Lawal. Robleski shielded him away. Pettit. Khaled into the final stages here of a, to be honest, fairly uninspiring first half. Abdullah. Tercios carrying forward, no one there. Fans, visit our Castle Florist Helpful Hummingbird next to the merch tent to purchase ECFC carnations. Hold on to them until the end of the match so you can shower our players with flowers. We're going to get 1 minute added on at the end of this first half, which feels about right. Ogwu looking for the switch. Here's Torres. Probably been the most dangerous man tonight for RKC. Crossing to the far side. Trying to settle there was the left winger, Hluweiler. Eventually, the Rooks carried away with Alonso. Alan Alonso full speed ahead. Reich in the wall with him. That's a good ball out to the near side. Here's Kudus Lawal. Kudus Lawal onto his right. Kudus blocked. Well defended by RKC. Rooks get it right back though with Degatti. Tercios. Reich. Back for Tercios. The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 1 minute of added time will be played at the end of the first half. Alonso. Tercios. Can the Rooks end this first half on a high note? Lawal. Nowhere to go really for Kudus Lawal. Andrew Miranda with space. Miranda past Torres. Back to the middle for Alonso. Alonso back wide. Miranda's cross is straight behind. Referee blows for halftime. It's 0-0 at the break. Neither goalkeeper with a whole lot of work to do. A nervy affair so far, with a lot at stake in the promotion race in Midwest Premier League Heartland Conference Division 2. We'll take a break here on the stream here at halftime. Stick with us. Second half coming up next here from Loyola.
At the half, the score, Edgewater Castle FC 0, RKC Third Coast 2, 0.
Sun is setting on the weekend in Chicago, but still plenty of soccer to be played here at Loyola. 0-0 between RKC, Third Coast 2, and Edgewater Castle in the Midwest Premier League. I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks for joining us tonight here on the Edgewater Castle YouTube page. Going to check on who's playing where to start this second half for each team. Edgewater Castle not making many changes to speak of. It's Galante in goal, Santos Abdullah, Benedetto, Andrew Miranda across the back line, Alonso Tercios Reich in midfield, Tagbe and Degatti on the wings. As in some trouble there was Joey Galante, but he got out of it to find Rafa Santos, but now he's dispossessed. Pisha exchanging with Ogwu, but then cleared away by Quentin Benedetto, and now Kevin Tagbe's on the chase. Header initially there by Pettit. Tercios onto the loose ball. Rui Reich. Kudus Lawal has Degatti to his left. Kudus feeding it for Enzo Degatti. Out to make the save was Mraz. Early corner here in the second half. I was saying Tagbe and Degatti on the wings. Kudus Lawal leads the line. Degatti out swinger. Amir Abdullah's header on target. Held by Mraz. Looks like we've got a bit of a tactical switch for RKC. I'll check on that, but sure there for a moment looked like they were playing out of a back three. Straight ball ahead for Ogwu. Catches Abdullah on it. Down the line working is Hluweiler. Flag is up. Offside. Sure thought that was the indication. It's going to be a corner kick instead. Swung into the far post, free header, saved by Galante, and then off the line. Pettit had two good chances at it, couldn't score with either of them. How did the second one stay out? Good save initially, certainly by Galante, but it popped right up for Pettit, and I'm not sure how he didn't bury it by just chesting it, hipping it, using any legal part of his body to put that in the back of the net. Instead, somebody for the Rooks cleared it off the line. Santos got there ahead of Torres, but couldn't win it. Chance here for RKC. Torres clipping it to the back post. Wide open chance. Khaled. Still in play and then hammered into the sky by Quentin Benedetto and out for a corner. So they are indeed playing a back three here in the second half, RKC, as Khaled, the left back, is now at right wing back. Torres is at left wing back. Outswinger, Benedetto winning the header. Early threats here from RKC in this second half. So for RKC in this second half, it's Mraz in goal, a back three of Phillips, Wroblewski, and Pettit. Khaled and Torres, the wingbacks, with Frick and Dorchester, the central midfield pairing. The attacking trio then is Picha playing just behind Ogwu and Hluweiler. We've got a couple players on a knee here. Don't know if there was an awkward collision or what happened. Looks like everybody's all right. Referee indicating that both players, Ogwu and Benedetto, do have to go off, at least briefly. So for the moment, it's Edgewater without a center back and RKC without a striker. Both players back on. Torres looking for room. Leaving that for Frick. Quick throw in, but given right away to the Rooks. But Tagbay can't secure that. It's been a really tough start here in the second half for Edgewater. We're going to stop play again, and the referee is saying that he wanted Ogwu checked for a concussion, but isn't going to make him go back out. But a huge chance at the start of this second half. Somehow, some way, Cole Pettit did not score. For RKC, had two chances. One that was saved well by Joey Galante, and then the follow-up, just an open net. Hardly made any contact. Benedetto tangling there with Ogwu. Referee says no foul. Another man down for the Rooks, but this one is called. And Ogwu was frustrated, and to be honest, I think the first bit of contact with Benedetto looked like more of a foul than that did on Santos. Referee with a quick message for Andy Coble on the RKC Third Coast 2 bench. Tercios, can the Rooks finally get something going here in the second half? Here's Enzo Degatti. And Andrew Miranda. Kudus Lawal just tripped there. Hluweiler going up against Santos, who did well initially, and then Hluweiler hits that off of Abdullah. Reich trying to split defenders. That's well done by Khaled. Dorchester into the middle. Picha. That's saved. Rather blocked by Miranda and out for a corner. All RKC here to start this second half. A draw tonight would see Edgewater move to 17 points, RKC to 16. And on goal difference, they'd move into second place ahead of Chicago Ghost. It's sent in, away by Benedetto. Reich couldn't get it farther, neither could Alonso. Settled here by Hluweiler. Hluweiler's low cross, stabbed away by Abdullah. And then Khaled ended up faking out Kudus Lawal, though I'm not sure that was the plan there. Frick into the feet there of Robleski. Dorchester. Torres. Blocked off there by Alonso. Ogwu trying to win it back. And winning a throw. And a chance for RKC to get back into their preferred shape. Ogwu kept that in well. Edgewater trying to go the other way. Tercios just gave it away. Interested to see how soon Doigu Erdogan might make some changes here in the second half, because things just aren't working right now for the hosts. Alan Alonso, Kevin Tagbay. Tagbay running at Pettit. Tagbay's cross blocked by Pettit. That'll be a corner. But good attacking intent shown there by the Rooks, as Abdullah and Benedetto both lumber forward. Into the front post, it bounces all the way through, and Frick almost directed it into his own net. How is that a goal kick? That's just a bad call. Clearly, Frick got a touch to that. Should be a corner. Edgewater on the far side. Ball played through the middle, but Ogwu checked the wrong shoulder. Degatti able to turn. Degatti, Reich. Reich running at Khaled. Laying it wide for Andrew Miranda, but over first was Phillips. And it's a throw for RKC. '58th minute. Player goes down, and it is a free kick. RKC frustrated, but maybe they're just surprised that one of these incidents for either team has finally been called a foul. Tagbay trying to guide Rui Reich away, while also offering some words to the referee. It will be Reich to take this. Reich bends this one in. Mraz got there and got a punch to it. And Hluweiler wins a throw for the visitors. And we're going to stop things again. And said something to Ogwu, and Ogwu turned to Amir Abdullah, and Abdullah didn't seem to know what the reason for the stoppage was. Ogwu goes down. Looks like he landed awkwardly in his hand there. Was tripped up by Rafa Santos. Just a talking to for now for Rafa Santos. Quentin Benedetto with something to say to the official as well, and ref not thrilled about that. Cheap giveaway there by Robleski. Enzo Degatti. Santos. Tercios. Into the middle for Alonso. A lot of space on the left side. Miranda. Alonso under pressure there. Gets it back to Benedetto. Increasingly feeling like a game where one goal will do it. Reich. Space for Miranda. Tercios. Tagbay couldn't combine there, and Andrew Miranda blocks it off. Out for a throw. Currently on the bench, Kimiavi, Camille, Rubio, Vimmer, Vucic, and the backup goalkeeper tonight is Ergiles. Phillips. Torres. Fluweiler. Flicked it around Torres. Fluweiler. Edge of the area. Tercios got the ball. Ball still bouncing around. Flying in with another challenge. It was Abdullah this time. And some more discussions. Fluweiler facing up 3 white shirts. Ball's out of play. No signal from the referee. And now he calls a free kick for RKC. Don't really have a view of what happened down there, but initially the ball went out of play. The referee just didn't point. I think Edgewater picked the ball up and threw it in. And then suddenly there was a whistle for a free kick. Just inside the corner flag here for RKC. Benedetto wins the header. Rui Reich trying to flick it around Picha. Reich still trying to get around Picha, who's on a yellow card. And in the end, cleaning up was Frick. Really nice work here by Frick. Ogwu goes down off the ball. That one's just sent forward kind of absent-mindedly. And the Rooks can start again. Rui Reich looking to play that first time for Lawal. Degatti, the spin move, the nutmeg, but Torres recovers. Yeah. 64th minute, still neither team has made a substitution in this second half. Looks like Edgewater are preparing their first change of the second 45. I think it's Murtada Camille. Another free kick here for RKC. Kluweiler, that's a good ball to the back post, but no one can catch up to it. Rooks going to be making a double change. Murtada Camille. Might actually just be one. I think that's just Toby Vimmer up off the bench. Meanwhile, Miranda. Getting into some trouble here, Andrew Miranda. Back for Alan Alonso. RKC throw. They're actually going to hold off on the sub of Camille for now. He's got a warm-up penny back on. And it's going to be a different change. I think that's Alan Rubio, but we'll check on that. Blasted along here by Galante. Reich couldn't quite keep that in play. Coach Erdogan barking instructions from the bench. Hammered away by Miranda. And then out to safety by Robleski. Degatti. Tercios. Lawal. Lawal handing off to Reich. Clipped away. Kluweiler looking to get forward now. Ends up just blasting it into the air. Ogwu's on the chase. Got around Abdullah. Ogwu still 1-on-2 with the Edgewater center backs. It's a throw-in in the end. Reich able to cut that off. Long run here for Alonso, the defensive midfielder getting forward. Big challenge there by Pettit. Reich in there, and it's a free kick. And Rui Reich is going to get a yellow card. A yellow card caution has been issued in the 68th minute of play to Edgewater Castle number 14, Rui Reich. Kudus Lawal telling him to walk away. Reich and the referee still talking. Rooks have to be really, really careful here. Quentin Benedetto now coming in, but I think if you're Coach Erdogan on the bench, you might need to get Rui Reich out of this game right now because you can't afford to go down to 10. Kudus Lawal saying he'll plead his case for him. Pointing to his head, say, hey, be smart. Lawal with a lot of professional experience. I think the Rooks would argue that they don't feel like this game is being refereed evenly. I don't think it's fair to say, really, that this game's being refereed in a biased way, but I'd certainly agree it's being refereed in an inconsistent way. Khaled down the far side, that's a foul by Tagbay, free kick. Again, if this ends in a draw, it is a messy set of scenarios for who gets promoted. Given that the Rooks are playing in the State Cup next weekend, their game against Rockford might be the last game played in Heartland Conference Division II this year. So it's very possible they would go into that game knowing exactly what they need. Abdullah away. Picha. That's a good ball through the lines for Pettit. Santos able to prevent the corner. Still no changes for either side here in the 70th minute. Frick looking to shoot, nowhere to go. Pulls the trigger eventually. Who'd that hit last? Referee hasn't pointed yet. He says goal kick. And then it came off an RKC player last. Degatti headed over in by Pettit. He's got the height advantage there, 33 in yellow. Whistle. Edgewater free kick, and that was an instance where I had honestly no clue which way the referee was going to point. It's kind of been that kind of game. Miranda flicking this forward for Tagbay. Alonso. Tercios. Tercios looking for the run of Tagbay. Phillips in the way. Reich. Well defended there by Dorchester. That was awkward. Degatti. Held by Mraz, and some concern here on the part of the Rooks. That was a sliding challenge that came in. I'm not sure exactly what Frick was trying to do there, but he ended up colliding pretty severely with Daryl Tercios. In the end, Tercios back to his feet. Again, a bit surprised we haven't seen Erdogan make any changes here in this second half. Intercepted here by Alonso. Alonso, Kudus Lawal. Lawal trying to turn, just got tied up there with Phillips. Khaled the other way for RKC. Khaled speedy, still going, and eventually just ran out of room as Amir Abdullah boots it into the bench. Abdullah with a few words for Khaled, who he thought left something behind there. Benedetto, Tagbay. Rooks doing well to keep possession here. Tercios, Miranda. Alonso, Reich, juggling. Still Rui Reich. Still Reich, eventually ran out of room. Players go down. Referee uninterested in either's appeal for a free kick. They both wanted one. One back by Alonso. Tagbay. Alonso bringing this down. Alonso, Tagbay. Reich trying to play it in behind. It was well blocked there by Robleski. Did that ball stay in? No. Throw in right in front of the Rooks bench. 74th minute. Still neither team has made a change in this half. A draw would see Edgewater Castle stay atop the table, but really wouldn't make them feel particularly secure about that position. Running that down was Tercios. That ball's out of here off the garage. Milos Vucic out warming up a bit for the Rooks. Murtada Camille's back up off the bench. And we are going to see some changes, it looks like. Ball deflects through here for Reich, and then smartly to safety is Frick. Out wide here, Hluweiler. Hluweiler running at Santos. Hluweiler, Santos, good challenge. Really well done by Rafa Santos, but then he gives it right away. Torres. Hluweiler. Splitting defenders, Hluweiler. Into the area. And in the end, his shot is right at Galante. Murtada Camille, and again, I think Alan Rubio coming into the game. We will see for sure here. Tagbe is out. So it's going to be Miranda who comes out. So this will be interesting to see how this pans out. So a striker for a winger. And a defensive midfielder for a left back. Looks like Rubio's going to just stay like for like there. Camille's gone up front, and Kudus Lawal is now playing off the left. Lawal. First touch here for Alan Rubio, former Roosevelt Laker. Alonso. That's a really clear handball, free kick. And a quick restart. Santos. 77th minute, still 0-0. Reich tried to feed that for DeGotti. Got another chance at it. Here still is Rui Reich. Rui on his left wants to shoot, does. Not much power behind it. Scored a beautiful goal on Thursday in the State Cup. But that was with his right foot and with a lot more space. Torres running out of real estate here. Playing this back to Mraz. Benedetto, uncontested header. Santos down the line. Murtada Camille will give it a run. Pet it back to Mraz again, who plays it straight out. Throw in here for Edgewater. Milos Vucic looks like he might be preparing to come back in the game. Tercios, right at Mraz. Mraz launching this long, looking for Hluweiler. And that's not a good header there by Amir Abdullah. He'll get away with it for now, as it's just a throw-in. Picha. Free kick. Picha taking it quickly. Giving it away. That looked like a handball. That was definitely a handball that he dribbled to himself there. And again, not called. Rui Reich got to be careful, though, with the protests. Robleski hitting it long. Look at the run by Khaled. Khaled is touched just too heavy. Ran into Abdullah. Chance not gone. Frick needs some help. Ogwu pushing it wide. Hluweiler. Flag stays down. Hluweiler into the area. Hluweiler blocked by Abdullah. And now Rui Reich can turn. Loses out, though, immediately. Frick. Frick has a go. Got all the power, just too high. Edgewater going to send in, looks like Bardia Kimiavi. See if Vucic joins him. Into the night sky by Galante. Good header there by Torres. And that's a foul by Reich. Going down is is Frick. And again, Reich has to be careful. And my guess is his night is over. It was going to be over anyway. Now, really, they got to be careful. Substitutions for Edgewater if the referee sees him. Let's see who goes out. We're going to see a couple subs on the other side as well. And Rui Reich is going to leave as well. We've got a couple changes. Okay, I'm pretty confused right now. RKC has a coach on the field who's going to bring a player off. So it's a double change. 28, that's Frick, and 47, that's Khaled, went off for RKC. They brought, not sure who they brought in. They brought in Hudson Schreiber is on. That's one of the changes. And the other sub is Ditar Useni, and that's a concussion sub. Looks like they might have a third sub coming. But not yet. Chipped ahead. Won by Benedetto. Camille got a piece of that. Pet it back the other way. And now Alonso ran into trouble there with Picha. Vucic. Vucic couldn't quite find Enzo Degatti. RKC want 2 more subs. And it'll be 48 Useni coming right back out. That's interesting. And 53 Hluweiler. $37 Jack Bretzman. One of the 2 coming back in. And let's see who the other change is. It's Aiden Frick back on after getting the concussion check. Vucic onto this. Alonso. Looks like they might be readying yet another sub RKC, though. They only got 4 guys on the bench, so I think they're out. Kimiyavi, bit of a heavy touch. Dorchester up against Rubio. Both teams yelling for the throw. It goes to the Rooks, who take it quickly. Vucic looking for Kimiyavi. It was actually a really nice touch there by Phillips. And eventually Robleski away. Abdullah stepping forward and battling there with a player for RKC. I think it's Picha who ended up on the deck. '84th minute, still scoreless. And we've only seen really one good chance for anybody, and it was right at the start of the second half for Cole Pettit. On the ball now, Pettit. Agwu lost out. Alonso. Santos. Out of play, RKC throw. Giving away, Torres. Torres. Edgewater want a handball, and in the meantime, Benedetto slices that into the sky. Agwu will keep it in. Up against Abdullah. Agwu to the end line. Santos slides in to concede the corner. Another change. Is that Hluweiler again? I'm not exactly sure what we're doing here from a RKC perspective. If that's Hluweiler, he can't come back in. Or if it's Useni, he can't come back in. Well, he's already out there. Not sure who just came in off the bench or who they replaced. So it was Dorchester, center midfielder, being replaced by Ditar Useni, who I guess never did come on in that earlier juncture. Oh, excuse me, he was that concussion sub, so that doesn't count. That's why. Okay, now I believe RKC Third Coast are out of subs. Rubio forward. Acrobatic there to keep that in by Bretzman. Bretzman runs into Benedetto. Quickly here, Ogwu has men in the middle. Ogwu up against Abdullah. Ogwu, that's blocked out for another corner. Again, a draw would put these teams in first and second place, each with one match to play on the season. And then all eyes will shift to Strikers Fox Valley at Berber City on Tuesday, I believe. That ball's flicked over the top. And another decent look on a corner for the visitors. 87th minute now. Pettit and Camille jumping for that. Enzo Degatti. Degatti got to get out of traffic here, and he didn't. But Alan Alonso helped him out. Picha putting on the pressure. Degatti. Alan Rubio. The Allens combining. Rubio and Alonso. Rubio. Camille. Plays it through. In on goal. Was Tercio still there? And it's in! It's Alan Rubio and Murtada Camille combining. I don't know who got the final touch. I'm not sure anybody in the crowd cares either. We'll have to get a check on who we think scored the goal, if it was Camille or Rubio. Still trying to check if it's Camille or Rubio. Goal for the Rooks, scored in the 88th minute by number 22, Alan Rubio. And so now can RKC find an equalizer? Edgewater Castle, the reason that celebration was so huge, they know if they win tonight, they are all but promoted. It wouldn't be official, like I said earlier, but if Edgewater Castle does win, they would just need to avoid a loss and then a series of extremely unfortunate events in other games. Lifted into the air here by Frick. Heads go up. Bardia Kimiavi can turn and go. Vucic can turn and go. He plays it ahead. Camille's onside. Mraz, the goalkeeper, does well. All the way down to the other end, Joey Galante. Not sure how much added time we're going to have. The goal probably changes it a bit. I would have said 1 minute before the goal, so maybe it's 2 now. Sliding challenge by Camille. The ball just came right back down and landed almost on Picha. And I don't know how that's not a foul. Well, if the Rooks get the win, they're not going to care how the game was officiated, but if there was going to be a loser tonight, someone was always going to be mad about the way this game has been called, because it's been all over the place. Free kick, RKC. Into added time we go. Referee still hasn't indicated to the fourth official how much added time there's going to be. In the meantime, Frick into the area, cleared away. Frick. Bretzman. Nice moves. Bretzman. Still Bretzman. Bretzman into the area. Bretzman. Shot blocked by Benedetto and out for a corner. Four added minutes. The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 4 added minutes will be played at the end of the second half. 4 minutes. Corner swung in low. There was no flick on. It's going to go out of play for another corner. And now we're hearing it's 6. And I don't know where the heck 6 just came from as Galante punches away. It's straight up in the air, still in the goal mouth. There just hasn't been enough in this second half to warrant 6 added minutes. Here goes Alan Alonso, though. Rooks racing in. Alonso has a man square, plays it for Tercios, dribbles the goalkeeper. The flag is up. How is the flag up? The ball was played backwards. That's not possible. The ball was played backwards. What in the world? Tercios making the point. He was 3 or 4 yards behind Alonso. It's not possible for that to be offside. Clearly, this wasn't even close. And the offside flag is going to stand. There is going to be some serious conversations after this game. It's one thing for a game to be called unevenly. That is pure robbery. Only way you can say it is that's an intentional wrong call. It was so obvious. Alonso was clear in by himself, and he played a backwards sideways pass to Tercios. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. And even if the pass, now, I don't even know what to say about that anymore. That's absurd. Toby Vimmers coming in for Enzo DeGatti. Substitution for Edgewater Castle, leaving the match, number 11, Enzo DeGatti. Replacing him as number 23, Toby Wimmer. Toby, an Edgewater veteran, extra center back on. Well, if this finishes 1-0, Edgewater won't care, but if there's an equalizer here, they should, and if they haven't filed it already, they should play the game, they should protest the match, because that's, again, this is, amateur summer league soccer, and you see some, some wrong calls, they happen. You see disagreements, certainly. I've been doing this for several years. That's as bad a call as I've seen. I've just in no way is that offside in any respect. Even if the ball was played forward, I think Tercios had another man, not including the goalkeeper, ahead of him anyway. So, no idea either how many minutes we have left. It was 4, then it was 6, and then that whole fiasco happened. So, if it went to 8, I wouldn't be surprised. Rooks just trying to hold on. Vimmer close to that down. Booted away. Pettit sends it back forward. Header won by Abdullah. Only as far as Frick. Frick trying to dribble his way through. Out wide for Torres to deliver. Good ball on the goal line and into the back of the net. And officially, if I'm Edgewater, I'm protesting this match. This is absolutely obnoxious. And now we've got a push on Galante, who came out with some words to say to someone. What a mess. And it's very possible tonight's referee has decided who's going to get promoted out of this division, which is just not what you want to see. Galante's going to get a yellow card here, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who scored for RKC. Hopefully we can get some word from their bench if they know. And now the referee's going to go talk to his assistant. Because, yeah, there's going to be several cards here, I think. And I think the referee might be curious if there needs to be a red, and that's why he's going to go talk to his assistant. And the referee's still talking. So yellow card is out. Referee's going to walk this way, and still hasn't shown that yellow to anybody. Again, I assume Galante's getting one. We've got a bench yellow. Edgewater captain Benedetto gets a yellow. A yellow card caution has been issued to Edgewater Castle number 5, Quentin Benedetto, as well as both benches. I didn't see Galante get one, but I assume he should have for that, at least. And I think is it Phillips? Yeah, he pushed Galante down, so Phillips gets a yellow. A yellow card caution has been issued to RKC number 29, Andrew Phillips. Into the 99th minute now, and who knows how much we have left. Here goes Barty and Kimiavi. Barty into the area. Kimiavi cutting it back. Vucic over the top. Here go the Rooks again. It's Toby Vimmer getting forward. Look at all the guys at the back post. Vimmer crossing. Is it there? No. Cleared away. Bodies all over the place. Torres chips it to the back post. Galante is there. Kimiavi knocking it forward. Here's Vucic. How is this so wide open? Vucic! A tame shot in the end. Edgewater got a score there. Edgewater's coach is calling them back. Ball fed through, no. Tercios, Toby Vimmer. Here in the 100th minute of play, it's 4-on-2. Edgewater gotta get something here. Barty Kimiavi, Vucic is at the back post. Kimiavi looking for Vucic. Vucic, whiff. The three-time Macedonian League champion. Multiple chances, can't connect. The referee blows for full time. What an insane, ridiculous game. Should have been a win for Edgewater Castle. It wasn't. RKC get a late equalizer. Nobody's happy with how that game went. Referee now explaining to President and GM Andrew Swanson that the ball was played a couple inches forward. And Swanson sharing the opinion that, from what I saw, that just wasn't true. There might have been another guy. Again, I have to look at it again. There might have been another player back anyway, in which case, even if it is forward, that's not offside. So it's a draw, and that means the standings are as follows. Edgewater Castle are in first place with 9 games played on 17 points. RKC, Third Coast 2, are on 16 points. They are ahead of Chicago Ghost on goal differential only. Then you've got Steel City 14 points, Berber City 13, Strikers Fox Valley 13 with a game in hand. Just, again, you hate to have the focus be on this, but it's pretty inarguable that after a game that was feisty, physical, and really evenly matched all night, I thought it was going to end 0-0. Edgewater get the lead. They're up 1-0, looks like the winner, and then they score a second goal that is wrongly taken off the board. And as soon as that happens, you know what's coming next, and it's that RKC are going to get their equalizer. So it ends in a draw. Edgewater will have to shake it off. They got the State Cup this coming weekend. Both teams are really furious with the officials, and you can understand why if you watched this game tonight. We do thank you, though, for spending your Sunday evening with us, for spending any amount of your weekend with us. Women's UWS semifinals yesterday, women's championship today, won by the Rooks. Big trophy, big celebrations, big day for this club. It looked like it was going to be an even bigger day with the men's team all but sealing a promotion. Instead, they still control their own destiny, a win in their final game of the season, and they are going up. Keep an eye on the Edgewater social channels for confirmation of when that game against Rockford FC will be played here at Loyola and on the Edgewater Castle YouTube page. We will see you then. But for now, I'm Alex Campbell saying good night and good weekend from Chicago. State Cup next weekend. Keep an eye out for details on that, and then we'll see you for the season finale against Rockford.